it was definitely rough, but that's in the past as well, right?
Yep.
Sisqui now having to face Glutonny, the demon, the European demon, but also Sisqi's personal demon. And it's going to be critical. I want to see, does Sisqui have a new strategy, or are we going to see more of the same? Already a little bit of a mix-up. We're seeing normal Samus come out.
Oh my God, that's already the
Samus.
psychological setup. Goes through the jab 1-2, but that thing do not be functioning. Gluto going to be getting a quick little out-of-shield punish. Jab, jab for Gluto as well. Going to be going off stage, and already has a damage lead, has a positional lead, but that bomb just going to be such a nice way to get back to center stage from Sisqui.
Glutonny is such a bully. He hits you once, he keeps you close, and you know what they say, keep your enemies close, and Glutonny definitely does so. Always near enough to pressure you, but Sisqui getting a bit of a break, answering back those up B anti-airs. You want more anti-airs, Dara? Well, here is one of the best in the game. That up B, invincible, reaching high, and on this stage, extremely safe due to the platform.
And I also gotta say, Wario's falling aerials, unless he gets a super, like, perfectly timed fast fall late hit option, are pretty unsafe on shield compared to a lot of the good casts. So Samus having such an option like up B out of shield, even if occasionally inconsistent.
Oh no.
But Sisqui just catching him hanging onto the ledge a little bit too long. Gluto gonna be eating an up tilt to the face.
The way Sisqui picked that game up was absolutely immaculate. He was getting bullied. He was getting absolutely bullied, and then got an opening and pushed it
He stood
so
up for
far.
himself. Yeah, he told the teacher.
Yeah, he told the teacher.
Oh, jeez. Okay, just going through some little funny jab mix-ups. You see Gluto not going through any typical defensive options, no spot dodges, no shields, because he knows the situation. He knows that Sisqi's looking for the pivot grab.
He knows the situation. Like you said, Dara, extremely aware of Samus's drift mix-ups and drift limitations as well, knowing, hey, if I up smash the corner here, I can catch you just barely, and so it happened. We're back to an even situation, but again, Sisqui, hey, he's taking another lead in his hands right now. That's a rarity at European events. We're seeing a lot of new stuff from Sisqui, a lot of new ways to pressure, a lot of new ways to position in this neutral.
And what a good for Gluto as well. Now going to be having Gluto off stage. This is the Sisqui win condition. You space that out, and he baits it. He's able to bait that jump out, because that's all that you need. You don't even use send your projectile out to make somebody go for like another option, another panic option.
Like I said, Sisqui is all over him. Glutonny is looking like a round one opponent right now. He's looking extremely locked. I have never seen Glutonny this lost.
I mean, Sisqi's movement, Sisqi's pressure, especially at the ledge, this game is looking super tight, but you have to get rid of that bike. That thing is just a built-in shield to A, missiles, B, charge shot. So you want to get rid of it so that you can just basically do zoning things. But look at the way that Sisqi's mixing up his movement. Oh, this is huge.
You know, waft is a factor. You know, it's one combo away from being even. Nice conversion. Sisqui setting up camp again in the corner, but now Glutonny approaching this fortress in a little bit of a different way, and gets rewarded for his revitalized approach, right? Now being a little bit more bait heavy, looking for openings with that aerial movement. Sisqui getting baited a little bit more in these situations.
And I gotta say, Battlefield is just a classic good Samus stage, because you can get away with up Bs more often than you do. Granted, Gluto was able to get the punish that time. Sisqui gonna be stuck in a corner. Gluto gonna be jumping in, jumping out, looking through this next punish, but just jumping to that top platform. Was this a good idea?
Oh my God, and if Glutonny was lost, now he was found. And finds some momentum. He does. I told you, he's baiting out Sisqui way more.
God.
And that trade, Gluto was the one who took the short end of the stick. The down air from Sisqui. What defense in an improbable reversal situation.
That wasn't supposed to happen that way. That was not supposed to happen that way. Gluto saw a completely different vision, and then Sisqui went back to the past, changed small details, and then was able to change the future. But you saw how slow Samus's knockback was. I'm pretty confident that Sisqui didn't even die to that either.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, that was not a KO. That back air was not a KO.
Yeah, and I do believe that was also maybe like the special like blast line for like spikes, right? You have to be traveling at a speed of 3 or greater. You have to be in hit stun, I believe, that's actually come into effect. So incredible stuff. Sisqui going to be taking that game one in stark contrast to the narrative that we talked about earlier about how Gluto was so proficient in this matchup.
To be fair, Glutonny did come alive in a big way as the set went on, and I saw him approach the matchup in a way that was more similar to what I was used to in the latter half of the game. However, Sisqui making that miracle play as the game was falling out of control.
I'm going to say something. This is some damn good Smash, because the two of them are playing around each other. They're playing well, and nobody has blundered yet, but I don't want to be able to coax it. Like, look at that neutral at disadvantage.
Oh my God, the uppy on reaction. Glutonny, interesting punish right there. Really, like I said, revitalizing.
He's been going for a lot of those lately.
Yeah, but mostly out of shield. That one was just a raw one with punishing. talking about whiff punish, Sisqui looking for an opening. Glutonny finding his, and that up B, it is the cornerstone of Sisqi's gameplay right here, and it is giving him so many opportunities just because of the respect that it requires Glutonny to give Sisqui.
He's getting good at that bike. He's putting it on the platform so that now he can do projectile things. He can do zoning things. He puts up those missiles. Now stuck at the ledge, Gluto waiting a little bit to be able to force his hand, but Sisqui coming back on aggressively. That's exactly what he needed.
Glutonny trying to come down, and that up B so relentless. Again, trying to come down, this time succeeds. A nice reversal right there, Glutonny, setting up some pressure. But look at that air drift. Look at the mix-up. Glutonny had the right idea, a little bit off on the precision.
Sisqui is making that jump from ledge work for him. He's going to platforms, he's mixing up which platform he's going to. I'm just still trying to figure out what is exactly Gluto's intention behind going to battlefield. He gets that dash attack, it's not going to be able to KO, but the spike is going to force the recovery timing.
Oh, and Sisqui has been being so aggressive off the ledge and has been working out. Jab 1, that's a KO setup, but Glutonny escapes. He's wising up to the Samus jab, not really getting caught by those mix-ups. And now, again, the bait-heavy playstyle. That is what Glutonny's looking for. Looking for a bait again. Said, hey, if Sisqui is going to be more passive, I can run up down tilt, right? You're giving me room. I'm going to use that room to set up my own pressure.
And what a beefy up B. He knows exactly that trick. He knows that situation. He's going to be able to set up another Edgeguard. Jumps out there, waits, baits. Is he going to be able to get the punish? Not quite. Yet again, Sisqui with this beefy up B. But that's going to be a big neutral B to take that stock.
Agreed. Glutonny eking out the first stock here in the second game.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Again.
Bike again.
Yeah, bike again. But also the movement, right? He is baiting Sisqui out. He wants Sisqui to act first. And now Sisqui kind of like mixing it up by dashing forward himself. Doesn't often do that, but the punish. And Sisqui in the face cam, just not happy with that. Very emotional player, and those moments, very frustrating for anyone.
That was such a committal neutral. He was so confident in that.
He was going all in.
He was fully drifting in. He was like, yeah, I'm going to get the double hit. I'm going to get the double hit into the waft itself. And now all of a sudden, 2 stocks to 1. He is now bullying Sisqui off stage. 1 back out. He's now sitting in shield. He's playing nice and patient, backing off, going to be picking up the bike just so that he can put it back on stage. Say, hey, what projectiles, what zoning? These mean nothing to me.
The shield, the bike shield, such a factor in his matchup as well. Glutonny again bullying Sisqui in the corner a little bit. Sisqui going to give him the room to do so. He will. A trade.
Such a powerful option, right? Just to charge up the Charlie shot, to be able to bait out that neutral B and to be able to get a punish. But now he needs to land. It is going to be a challenge. Down tilt into dash attack, setting up. Oh my God, that
setting up the bike. It's such a huge part of Glutonny's advantage state in these situations.
Woo!
And that hitbox was there.
I think that was a jump. That looked like it was a jump.
He jumped into it. He jumped into it.
He jumped into it, and then we didn't exactly see Samus's initial hitbox, but then she like reeled back a little bit, was like, ow.
That game was from a different set than game 1.
Absolutely.
We saw 2 different players. We saw Sisqui getting more and more desperate, more and more. Sisqui just dashing up and dash attacking across the entire stage. Meanwhile, Glutonny playing his more solid, more composed, more bait-heavy gameplay, and that shows that Glutonny is feeling his confidence. He's in that
zone. You saw it in that neutral. That neutral that led up into the waft. When somebody is fully leaning into a rising button against Samus, that's how you know, like, okay, I know I'm going to be calling out this next option. Also, I have got to say, I've seen this matchup quite a few times. I am surprised how much bike is actually a factor in defining how Sisqui is able, or in often cases, incapable of zoning out Gluto.
And that's Glutonny. He is the Wario representative, and something that Gluto always talks about is how he is the one to revolutionize, to update, to progress Wario's metagame.
Absolutely. And already 24%, and most importantly, stage control. What's going to be the ledge trap? Bomb was actually not too much in Sisqi's
that was safe. The up air was safe. The up B did not punish, and look at the results. Sisqui a little bit trigger happy on the up B, and Glutonny knows. Glutonny's precise enough to punish you for being that trigger
most
happy.
of this first stock in disadvantage. Sisqui is just looking for any way that he can to be able to reset neutral. He's got no bike to worry about, so he is shooting a
he's got no bike to worry about. Look at that, the burst range on that move. Glutonny using it to just run Sisqui down. And that's like, the aisle's a little bit ugly, but Sisqi's still alive. That heavy factor coming in huge.
Yeah, that Hilko is a little bit ugly, but at least he got it saved at the end. He made it back onto the stage. Big forward.
And control established as well.
Oh my gosh, ooh, missing that up B. This does happen sometimes. As Gluto has gotten trigger happy with that up B, he's also genuinely just started whiffing it more, giving his opponents a bigger opening to punish. So the question is, how will he be more reserved about it in the future?
Will he be more reserved about it in the future, or Will he be more precise? We're seeing another stock coming down to the wire. The Samus up smash. That is not the move you're looking for when you're juggling your opponent. No charge shot. There's the bite. The classic Glutonny left strap. He's been hitting those, Dara.
Yeah, that's a short man. That is a short man. He's not getting hit by that standing up smash, especially when you start swinging behind you. So now Gluto has a very gentle lead at 140%. Sisqui needs anyway to take that stock, but what a parry. He doesn't get the second hit of the neutral layer because he did full hop, but if I'm not mistaken, he drifted too far to the right as well. But huge opening now. Big damage and big position.
Left trap, yeah, left trap again. Glutonny's so precise with those. And the grab misses. That is Sisqi's main weakness. Very committal, but when Glutonny drops that, right, you talked about no major blunders so far. Well, I think we got one on our hands right now. Sisqui, with a huge reversal, was supposed to take a solid beating there, but instead takes the stock off of Gluto, and the space is so slow. We're barely on our second stock, and Waft's charge, that's gotta be scary for Sisqui.
Fading back with that forward is so non-committal. Backing off, pivot grab just to catch Gluto sitting in shield a little bit too much because he was looking for an up out of shield.
No,
jab block punish.
No, he drops those every single time. You hate to see it.
I have a question. Why do you jump and not just dash up down B?
I have no idea.
I don't think you can actually cancel your initial dash into down B, right?
It's a special.
So I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's only up special.
Side special as well.
Side special as well, but not down special. So maybe if he walked, that would have actually been able to connect.
Well, Gluto, not super successful with the jab log wafts. He does hit them, but that's a tragedy in the making. Now Glutonny having to pick up the slack, and he does so in a huge way. Gets the jump, like you said before, Dara. Sisqui has been jumping from the ledge, and Glutonny catching onto it.
He's catching onto it. He's adapting beautifully, and he's getting those punishes. That's going to be a trade, but also consider Samus is not fast. That girl has some meat on her, but she cannot move from A to B that quickly. But that is A-okay. Sisqui able to get that dash attack from the charge shot, setting up at the ledge yet again. Bomb, forward, fading back, but Gluto keeps on full hopping in.
And the pressure keeps on mounting. 166, but that rage, the neutral B, the classic Sisqui. Yep, wisening up, waiting it out this time. Very solid. That is the Sisqui we know. Solid, if not solid. And like you said, Dara, placing that bike on the platform, hard for Glutonny to access that.
Sisqui is moving, and Gluto has to now actually deal with getting zoned out because bike is out of play. You don't want to throw it off stage so that it doesn't respawn. So this is exactly what Sisqui wanted. You put it on the platform. That is optimal. That is optimal, my friend.
And Glutonny only now getting it off. And like I said, the rage is such a huge factor in this matchup. Samus with rage deals damage.
Oh, he tried to bait the timing, but he didn't react to the neutral get up in time. He got punished for it. Was Sisqui going to be able to go back on, baiting with the charge shot, but then that back is going to clutch it out.
A zone-breaking tool, if I've ever seen one. Sisqui in a bit of a lead, but a bit of a lead might not be enough. The second waft should be coming online soon.
Okay, gets that forward, maybe not quite yet. Just going to the dash grab, but good old ultimate and whiffing grabs. It happens more often than you think.
Again, talking about zone breaking. Glutonny with the bite, jumps in, tries to find the up air, gets the nair instead, and you can see the glow coming out, but Sisqui with the most unfortunate SD after building up momentum for minutes on end. And you want to talk about blunders. Glutonny first dropping that huge combo. Now Sisqui
that's
with
accidentally
a blunder
knocking your own
his
king
own.
over. That's the biggest blunder of all. You're like, oh damn it, this is the universal sign for resignation. That SD was nothing short of a tragedy. So now it is Gluto up 2-1 against Sisqui, but I do not want to count out Sisqui. I really want to keep talking about the way that Sisqui is playing with bike, because at the end of the day, Wario doesn't have massive disjoints. He doesn't have a projectile of his own, but his saving grace in zoning matchups is the fact that he puts his bike out. The slight optimization is that Sisqui is not throwing it off stage. He puts it on a platform and he invalidates it.
His saving grace in zoning matchups is that he's very hard to hit, and that's what we're seeing here as well, right? Sisqui, that is why Sisqui is getting baited, because the way Glutonny's moving around makes it hard for even projectiles to stick against Wario, and that is where Sisqui gets baited, because Sisqi's like, well, if I can't get projectiles to stick, I gotta hit him with the normals, and those normals are way more punishable than charge
again,
shots.
this first stock is targeting off, but Sisqui actually able to get a goal out before that F-tilt. Sisqui could be looking for that forward. He's going to be getting chomped, and Gluto just jumping off stage. This is that aggression when he telegraphs a recovery, when he is so confident. But look how also non-committal and safe he can play. He jumps out, the double jumps back on, just so that he can bait the low recovery so that Sisqui doesn't get away with anything tricky. Going to be going for that up throw and bike, comes back down, and Gluto avoids it.
Gluto avoids it indeed. Slow neutral Gluto. Walling back airs, a little bit of bullying off stage. Sisqui using the down beast to stall out the mix, or to stall out the recovery and mix up the timing. Now Glutonny in control, but Sisqui, he's being so good at getting off the ledge here, which is not easy. Glutonny, some of the best advantage state in the world.
Beautiful stall off stage, makes it
and
back
again,
on.
Gets off the ledge. I told you,
He's
Dara.
just waiting. He is now playing second beat. He's looking for Gluto to jump in, especially with that neutral beat. But yet again, he has sent to the offstage dimension. He's waiting a little bit. He's waiting a little bit. He sets up with the bomb. Is he going to be able to get a classic ledge trap? That is going to be the question. The delay. The delay. He looked at him in the face. Oh my God.
He said, "Do you fear death?" And Glutonny said no. That was the wrong answer, Dara. That was the wrong answer.
You would have died either way. If you feared it, you would have died if you didn't. But now Gluto just going to be laughing in Death's face, just going to be evening up the stock count, evening up the damage count, and actually going to be lapping Sisqui as well.
Yep. Now ahead is Gluto, the bike and the throw. The damage is stacking, and this is getting scary for Sisqui. Again, I want to highlight it. The waft is in play.
The waft is in play. That lead is non-existent. But never count out Gluto's ability to whiff it. Not to preemptively curse him. And actually, I blessed him. He was able to get it. He was able to get the punish on the up B. That was a poor up B.
Sisqui slowing down the pace just ever so slightly. Glutonny getting a little bit anxious on the commits. There's Sisqui with a nice pivot grab, covering so much space. A nice forward air, covering a lot of space again. And tries to find the air dodge. That was insane, the setup. The bomb knew where it was going to send, the confidence in that it was going to hit. Sisqui taking a glimpse into the future.
Sisqui is playing hot.
Has to turn it up. Has to turn it up.
Exactly. Is it hot enough to be able to complete the cooking of this dish? He has that up. He tried to go for the hitbox extension. I thought it was a good idea, but actually, if anything, it ended up stalling Sisqi's aerial movement because he needed to get to the right side of the platform on time. That was such a small interaction.
The hardest is coming down to the wire. Look at the percentages on these two competitors. They're both heavyweights. They both have kill power. They both have accessible options. They both have their dominant neutral status. Sisqui, the char shot master. Glutonny, the movement on deck. Which one will come out on top as we're nearing the end of game 4? The bike, it's such an important factor. Sisqui getting baited again, getting chased. He's such a bully. He's such a bully. The ledge trap. Sisqui makes it off again and baited again. Glutonny in the zone right now.
He's in the zone, but is he going to be able to get the stock off? He jumps back on. He misses it. He actually leaned in too much to the left. Whiffing that dash grab yet again. Is that going to be the opening? Sisqui looks for the up. Gluto dodges back down to safety.
Overcommitting, getting caught. The bike, the pressure. Glutonny, he's setting something up. What is he cooking? He's cooking a dub! And that is Glutonny re-establishing his record over Sisqui, and the crowd goes wild.
Establishing his dominance, showing off his experience. He played that last stock advantage state beautifully. He was so efficient with his bike. He was so ready to adapt to all of Sisqi's different recovery options, be it recovering to the ledge and forcing it as long as possible by jumping and double jumping back on, punishing those high recovery attempts. Gluto ends up clutching it out. But honestly, if I am Sisqui, of course I'm disappointed I lost the set. Of course I know I'm sad that I didn't win that game. But most of all, I played good if I'm Sisqui. From my eyes, at least, as a caster, I thought that Sisqi's setups, I thought his mix-ups with his timing, I thought a lot of his option coverage as well, his ledge trapping as well, a little bit unconventional, and some of his ledge options as well. The way that he was playing second beat, waiting for Gluto, honestly, this was an incredible performance from Sisqui. Even if he didn't get the placement that he wanted to, that man was playing hot today.
Yeah, and I talked about Glutonny kind of like getting back to his old ways, right? His old patterns in terms of beating Wario. We also saw Sisqui revitalizing, reinventing himself in a lot of ways in that set too. So both players really evolving over the course of the set, and now it is a rematch of a rematch of a rematch. It is the fight for the title of #1.